Do you know what role best fits you in Rainbow Six Siege? Well, if you're not sure, then don't worry, I have you covered. I'm going to explain the three main roles in Rainbow Six Siege and talk about if one particular role best fits you. To start things off, we have the entry fragger/fragger. This role goes to the person who is known for their extremely good gun skill, game mechanics, and game sense. This role is best played by someone who is always top fragging and constantly winning all of their gunfights. They are the person who is always fragging out and someone you can count on to get kills. An entry fragger/fragger gets played by players like Bolo who have extraordinary aim and high KDs. This is most definitely not a role for everyone, as they must be your best players. Typically, you'd see them using operators like Ashe, Zofia, Hyana, Jaeger, Warden, or Mozzie. They play operators that have really good guns and can help get them kills, as their main job is to pretty much get kills. You'll often see them being the first into the building on attack and roaming around on defense. They'll usually be on the hunt to find someone to get the first kills that shape the round. If you sound like this kind of player, then the entry fragger/fragger is definitely your role. But if this doesn't sound like you at all, it's okay. There's still two more roles that need to be filled. Moving on to the flex role. This is played by someone who is really smart and experienced at the game. They are like the jack of all trades. They see what their team needs and bring operators to best fit what they think would help. So they're never playing the same group of operators, as they're constantly switching between operators that both the entry fragger/fragger and the support would run. They do this because their job is to literally adjust their playstyle to help the team out. For example, let's say your team gets rushed like crazy. Well, the person who plays as the flex knows that they need to start bringing trap operators to slow the push down. Another example is, let's say your team has a hard breacher, but no one to get the wall denial off. The flex player would then run someone like Thatcher, Twitch, Kali, or anyone that has EMP grenades. The flex player pretty much plays both the roles of an entry fragger/fragger and a support at the same time. You fill in the gaps on your team every single round. So one round you could be playing as a hard breacher like Thermite, and another round you could be playing as a soft breacher like Sledge. The flex player must be able to be extremely knowledgeable at the game, because they have to know how to play as every operator and know exactly who to bring from a round to round basis. They don't just play the same 2 or 3 operators over and over again. They're legit switching around to every single different operator. If this role sounds like something you are able to play as, then you must know you have to take everything into consideration before even choosing an operator, as you need to not only see who your team's bringing, but also see what the bans are as well, and then work accordingly from there. Finally, we have the support role. This is a role played by someone who strictly supports their team. They're not playing to get kills or fill in the gaps. They only play to bring operators that greatly help out the team. For example, you'll a lot of the time see the support player using operators like Thermite, Ace, Thatcher, Cade, Smoke, and Mute. This role is played by someone who maybe doesn't have the greatest gun skill, game mechanics, and game sense in the world, but they're still good players. They're just not the best aimers in the world like the entry fragger/fragger, or have the best knowledge and adaptability like the flex player. They simply play operators that the team greatly needs, or else they'd fail without. The support role is more important than most people even realize. Without the support, walls wouldn't get breached at all on attack, and on defense, walls wouldn't have any denial. The support might not get the most kills in the game, but they're making up for it by doing the things that help to win the round. They are often holding down the bomb site or holding outside of a breach. They play slower and are usually the last people alive, who have to do things like get the bomb down and defuse the bomb. A good support also does things like set up the bomb site. They create the rotates, vertical holes, head holes, feet holes, etc. They'll reinforce a lot of the walls as well, especially the main breach walls, and place down their gadgets. Likewise, you'll also see a good support droning in their teammates and getting intel to help their team out. They'll a lot of the time will be on their drones or cameras making callouts to help their team get kills. As you see, there's a role that best fits everyone in Rainbow Six Siege, but how do you know what role best fits you? Well, you need to self-evaluate and see how you play and how you perform. You need to take all things into consideration, like what operators you typically play as, where you typically are on the leaderboard, how many kills you normally get, and how your playstyle is. If you get a lot of kills, play very fast and aggressively, and top frag a lot, then you're probably an entry fragger / fragger. If you're really smart and knowledgeable at this game and often find yourself filling in the gaps to help your team, then you'll be a great flex. Finally, if you tend to support your team a lot, set up the bomb site, drone your teammates in, and gain intel for your team, then you're definitely a support player. Regardless of your role, you need to know that at the end of the day, you're going to have to shoot your gun and get kills. Rainbow Six Siege is a first-person shooter game. You're going to be shooting a lot of enemies, so if you're someone who's constantly bottom fragging, going negative, and even have a negative KD, then you should be worrying about getting better at this game. Even if you play as a support role, you still should be winning your gunfights and going positive. If you're not, then you need to work on your gun skill. You don't have to have the best gun skill in the world, but you need to at least have good enough gun skill to not go negative every game. So before you decide your role in Rainbow Six Siege, just make sure you know what you're doing, have decent gun skill, and have decent game mechanics and game sense. From there, you could secure your role and play as whoever you best fit as. In conclusion, there's 3 main roles within Rainbow Six Siege. There's the entry fragger / fragger, the flex, and the support. Each role is unique and does something to benefit the team in their own way. The entry fragger / fragger is there to get kills, as they're known for their extremely good gun skill, game mechanics, and game sense. The flex is the smart player who's extremely knowledgeable on this game. They fill in the gaps by bringing operators that the team is missing. The support is there to help out the team and make sure that they have the site set up properly, have proper intel, and have an extremely useful gadget that greatly benefits the team, like someone who breaches the wall or someone who brings wall denial. To find the role that best fits you, you must self-evaluate and see how you play. How good is your gun skill? What operators do you normally use? How knowledgeable are you at the game? Etc. Just know that before you even choose a role within Rainbow Six Siege, you must at least know what you're doing, have decent gun skill, and have decent game mechanics and game sense. That's it for me though. What role do you play as in Rainbow Six Siege? Let me know in the comments down below. If you enjoyed this video, then please give it a like, and if you want more content like this, then subscribe. Have a great day, everyone.